This is Trend Following Radio, where great thinking comes alive. Nobel Prize winners, legendary traders, best-selling authors, and the pros that know what drive us irrational human beings. I am your host, Michael Covel. Not filtered, raw, honest. That's my passion. I came across a white paper someone sent me, posted on the Cornell University site. I don't think it's from Cornell, though. It's called 2 Centuries of Trend Following. Quote, "We established the existence of anomalous excess returns based on trend following strategies across 4 asset classes: commodities, currencies, stock indices, bonds, and over very long time scales. We use for our studies both futures time series that exist since 1960 and spot time series that allow us to go back to 1800 on commodities and indices." Clearly, going back a long ways. They conclude, "Finally, we study the performance of trend following in the recent period. We find no sign of statistical degradation of long trends." They do point out, though, that some of the shorter trends have withered. No surprise there. Anyways, I like the fact that when I go through their references, it's all other academic white papers, and then sandwiched right in the middle of the academic white papers is the Complete Turtle Trader. Props out to you guys and gals for including the Complete Turtle Trader in the middle of your academic work. So I post this. I post on Twitter. I immediately see a response. Somebody wants to talk about the last couple years of trend following performance. Now, mind you, trend following performance is going to differ depending on the trader, what's in their portfolio, the type of system they're trading. Not all trend following systems are created equal. The risk they're taking. There isn't some one magical elixir. I firmly believe you're better off in the very long-term trend following strategies. Other people might mess around with something very short-term. Not generally where I think you should be. So I post this research paper with the grand title of 2 Centuries of Trend Following, and immediately somebody is fixated on the last couple years. Now, the fine folks that authored this paper have looked at 200 years. And the immediate human condition is for someone to say, "What have you done for me last year? What have you done for me the last 2 years?" It's kind of messed up, isn't it? Let me add to that thought. I did a monologue recently about Yahoo Finance, a tech ticker report. And I went through their commentary and I just questioned each piece of it, asking questions, trying to find out if there's a way they could define the vocabulary they were using to talk about the markets that particular day. This podcast is live. Anyone can listen to it. Somebody listens to it, and the first thing they say to me is, "Well, can you respond to their points?" Literally, here I am. I'm making fun of their points. I'm ridiculing the points. I'm pointing out that there is nothing there. There's no there. And still, people miss the point that I was ripping it to shreds. And they want my technical view. They want my opposite side technical view of their fundamental view. I said in my monologue episode what my view was. If the market is up, you're long. If the market is down, you're short. That's simple. Now, of course, you need risk management. You need rules. You need a loss-taking strategy. That's all part of the game. But let's take it a big picture here. What's the real problem? What's the real problem? The real problem is most people don't have the foggiest clue what trading is, what Wall Street is. They're so confused and beat up They've been listening to this nonsense, going back to Peter Lynch with his daughters going to the mall and saying they bought some trinket, and then that alone was for Peter Lynch the trigger to buy XYZ stock. That lore is still out there. The buy and hold for the long run lore is still out there. But I think even worse, it's that kind of get rich quick attitude, that kind of angle attitude. People don't get this as a science. Look at this movie that just came out. It was a pretty cool movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. Pretty cool movie in the sense of nice editing, shot well, etc. The message? I mean, I personally think that DiCaprio and Scorsese ripped this guy. I don't really think they glamorized it. But for those people that don't really got their shit together, they probably took it as glamour. Let me play a segment for those of you out there that have not yet seen the movie, just to give you a little bit of a flavor. In this segment that I'm going to play, DiCaprio has just walked into a new penny stock brokerage. And he's just got on the phone. This is the main character, the Wolf of Wall Street. I don't even know the guy's name. I forgot it. Seriously, I'd have to go look it up again. So DiCaprio is on the phone selling someone. Listen.
Hello, John. How you doing today? You mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah, I may have sent it.
Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
Actually, I'm really very busy.
Name of the company, Aerotine International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now, right now, John, the stock trades over the counter at 10 cents a share. And by the way, John, our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
Jesus, that's my mortgage, man.
Exactly, you could pay off your mortgage.
This stock will pay off my house.
John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of Aerotine, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do $4,000.
4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John. Let me lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John?
Yeah, sounds good.
Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
What a great segment. That's how people imagine money making. That's how most people think of Wall Street. Most people don't think of Wall Street as my interview with Marty Bergen at Dunn Capital. They don't think that way. They don't think like Victor Sparandeo. They don't think like Ed Secoto. They really think that small clip with DiCaprio is the way to get ahead, the way to make money. Just some bullshit on the phone. That's not even really being a broker. That's not being a trader. That's not even being an analyst. And some of those things are clearly not all that. That's just being a salesman. A stinking salesman getting on the phone and selling shit. But you know what? That's how people think of it. Go back to the movie Boiler Room, which was the precursor to The Wolf of Wall Street. Go back and watch Ben Affleck's speech in there. See, this is what I'm up against. I want to get across the science of trading, the quantifiable aspects of trading. For example, as I led off this podcast, a discussion of a white paper showing trend following performance back 200 years. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue for 200 more years. But damn it, if you haven't heard of trend following, if you have not heard of trend following, doesn't research that shows viability going back 200 years at least cause you to pause and stop sipping the Kool-Aid and to take the Fed-induced enema out of your rear end and think for a moment? To just pause and ponder and say at least, well, thank you, Mike. Let me go investigate further. Now, of course, I don't want anyone to take me as angry today. If you like being in a coma, if you like being in outer space, if you like believing in the tooth fairy, I'm not here to stop you. I just want to spur debate. I want to spur the conversation. I want to challenge those out there that control the system, that control the larger airwaves than I control. I'm just a small voice. Now, of course, the powers that be surely hope voices like mine don't get wider and wider distribution. Wider and wider distribution for voices like mine. This is not what the powers that be want. The powers that be want to control people like me. They want to put their hooks in me and say, okay, Covel, we'll give you $5 million a year. Just shut up and read the cue cards. I don't really want to read their cue cards. That's no fun. Just not fun. Look, just a quick monologue to get you to think and to remind you to go take a look at this white paper. 2 centuries of trend following. Go check it out. 2 housekeeping items before I jump out with a little energy. My newsletter system is changing. So, if you want to receive my newsletter and you're currently on my email newsletter system, you need to go to trendfollowing.com/subscribe-now if you want to continue to receive it. The old system I'm blowing up this week. So, make your change if you want to receive it. Otherwise, I'm just cutting off everyone. Number 2, if you enjoy my interviews, if you enjoy my occasional rants, go onto iTunes and say something. Say I'm wonderful or say I'm a jackass, but say something. Be honest. Get in there and write a review. Put something up. Take a stand. Damn it, we need to get wider distribution. We need to get more listeners. You're saying we? Who's we? Come on, it's a team effort, damn it. This thing is not only successful because of me, I'm not so stupid to think that. It's successful because of all the feedback I've received from people in the last 2 years. It's successful because of the guests that have agreed to appear. I mean, I'm right there with my audience. I'm right there with you learning. And we are lucky to have some great minds. And it ain't stopping anytime soon. I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, trend following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.